Yeah. Yeah. How close up are you gonna get?
Zoom, man, zoom. It's the automatic zooming.
Are you gonna be in this with me?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to 2013.
We've survived 2012.
Now it is time to move on, yes, without using all the automatic things in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So,
apparently somebody just got run over and killed right outside our front door because they were crossing the intersection by 39th and Gladstone, and they were run over by an RV. That's really fucked up. And yeah, you saw it, but I didn't.
I saw there were lights everywhere. It was cops and lights, and you knew something was wrong because usually they get really excited and everybody makes an effort to get them into the stretcher, but unfortunately the stretcher is still empty, most likely because it will be recorded as a crime scene. So,
did the RV actually stop? Like, do they know like who the driver was at all?
No, somebody was sitting only a few feet away from where the accident occurred, so nobody's in the driver's seat. They're not waiting to hang a left or something.
So they didn't do a run over and run.
Hit and run.
Yeah.
Those are pretty common though.
Yeah, I've seen that happen actually. I've seen and heard it a bit in Portland. So Portland, nobody can freaking drive. They cannot drive a car. They can't drive a bus. They cannot drive a bicycle.
They can't.
They can't drive.
Skateboard.
They can't walk.
They can't even walk.
They can't do.
I can't
people
walk.
can't do. They don't understand how to like, you know, be ambulatory in any kind of way. And you guys like really need to go back and read the manual for rules of the road over again enough times until you figure it out, because every single page just about in the driver's manual says that you must yield for things that are in your way, especially pedestrians, because guess what? If you have, you know, a several ton vehicle, like you're surrounded by, you know, a hunk of sheet metal, and you're driving down the road like with this powerful motor, and like you happen to run into something that is, you know, not in another vehicle, guess who's going to win? Like, you are not going to, you know, if you do not have like another vehicle that you are inside of, you are not going to survive. And I have seen some really ridiculous driving in Portland. I have almost been run over a whole bunch of times, and people look at me like I'm kind of insane because I will get unreasonably angry when I am trying to do something like cross the intersection, and in the crosswalk, mind you, the same as this dude. And, you know, somebody's like going around the corner and trying to cut me off while I'm walking across the street. And you can get fined a whole bunch of money for that, but there's no way that, you know, anybody's enforcing that. So therefore people do it all the time, continuously.
You got to let people know. I mean, RTFM out there for non-geeky types, read the fucking manual.
Yes.
If you're going to be driving. And I know you're like 15 and you work on a farm and there's no way that some hipster, you know, could possibly be out here. So denial's not good. But really, you should pay more effing attention.
Well,
I can't tell you how many times I almost get run over on a regular basis because people are not like communicating,
not paying attention.
They're just, they know what they're doing. They know where they're going.
You know, and like I get really tired of people kind of reacting to me like I'm being unreasonable and some just crazy female because of the fact that I'm getting angry about something that, you know, is potentially endangering my life. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I liked the guy, you know, in downtown Portland who I was walking across the street, and I was, you know, I was in fact in the crosswalk, but they have this, you know, brick outlay, so it looks different. It's not a marked crosswalk with like the white stripes or anything like that. Good band, but
right.
You know, not the same thing.
Not
so
quite.
basically, I was going across the street, I went at a diagonal, and it's like by the time that I got most of the way across the intersection, yeah, I was in fact in the crosswalk, and then he went around the corner and he did that thing where, like he missed me by a few feet, and his window was open, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, you weren't in the crosswalk. So this, of course, gives him justification for completely, almost running into me because I was not in a marked crosswalk.
I think people are prone to justify their actions by, confidently omitting important, uh, parts of the equation, like
He had a
the.
big, really expensive SUV too, and he was like some corporate like dick that, appeared to be one of those people that is completely entitled to have his own way and can't understand why you have a problem with that. And that's the problem, I think, is that people are just way too freaking entitled, and they're way too comfortable with the idea that, like it's just something that you do and it goes when like stuff happens, and that you are not actually, anymore connected to the physicality of the idea that you are hurtling down the street, at 60 miles an hour, and that, you do pose a hazard to things in your way. And that you pose a hazard even to yourself if you run into something that's large enough that you might stop very suddenly. And
Or
I'm sure there's
cause
plenty
you
of
to
statistics about car crashes as
change
well.
direction.
So pay a freaking attention.
Pay
Thank
attention.
you.
Thank you.